Assalamu alaikum, and here's wishing everyone a very happy 2020. In today's episode of The Why Teacher, I'd like to discuss with you the free will projects. The free will projects were initiated in the middle school, and the purpose for these projects was to provide children with choices and to help them exercise their critical thinking when it came to justifying why they believed the world needed to learn about the project that they wanted to present.
Right. So in spite of the fact that these are free will projects and students will be given a choice to choose a topic and present it as they like, it's important to streamline expectations. So before the children begin, they must understand that when they present the project eventually, the teacher would like to know why the content is so important to them, how the topic is relevant to the world today, what can the world benefit from knowing about this topic, how can it contribute positively towards change in the world, and what are the different ways of incorporating that topic into our lives. So if children have a kind of a outline on what is to be expected, then the presentations will flow through smoothly and children will be able to present them comfortably. Providing children with a choice is immediately going to transfer a strong sense of responsibility towards them. You will see that they will take the topic very seriously. They will explore what is important to them. And after a lot of deep exploration and thinking, they're going to come up with what they need to present. Once they have decided on what they need to present, they are going to explore the topic further to understand that they need to have a lot of content that is going to justify why that topic is so important for the world to learn about. And they would have to justify how to incorporate it into their lives. So children, the first thing that a choice does to a child is to really make them very responsible about their thinking. It makes them wonder what is important to them. It helps them become more responsible about their choices. Now, once the content and the topic has been decided, children move towards presentations. Now, when children are given a choice, you will see that they will very naturally flow towards their skills and talents. And it's so fantastic to witness a classroom where children are busy exploring their skills and talents. And you will see that children are going to be gravitated towards their specific choices. So children who engage technology would be making PowerPoints, they would be making movies, some children would be using social media platforms to express themselves. Some children are going to come up with posters and designs. It's fantastic to give children those opportunities because it helps bring out the confidence in them. Again, let's all understand that, children, when they find their means of expression that they can present themselves best through, then that is the greatest achievement for a teacher. If you as a teacher are able to convince a child that their voice matters and that what they have to say is important for everybody to listen to and that what they are offering to the world is enough and worth respecting, then you as a teacher have been successful in creating an individual who is going to contribute positively towards the world. And this is something that as teachers, as educators, we all strive for. We want our children to believe in their voice. We want them to express themselves. We want them to share what they believe is important in the world. And if you start this process in school where you give them choices, where you say, okay, share what you think is important to the world and how the world should be, then you're giving them the opportunity to, become architects of their own future. So as a teacher, it is a wonderful thing when you actually show your faith in a child's abilities and you provide them with that platform to exercise those abilities and let the child see the success through. So a relevant question that might arise is that, academic programs are so heavy. How do you fit in free will projects there? How do you actually make time for extra projects inside the classroom? I think it's fantastic to initiate them inside the classroom, but encourage children to take them outside the school. This way, you will see that children would be making time and space to dedicate their energies towards something that they believe in. Then it's going to open up their eyes to the fact that everybody has a certain responsibility and they learn to share responsibility and roles. And children tend to enjoy visiting each other and taking time out to find materials for their projects. And it is in a way preparing them for the real world where if they believe in something, they would have to spend time. They would have to make time for it. So initiate it inside your classrooms, but encourage children to work on it outside the classrooms. Give them enough time. I think you have to be realistic with the time element there. If they're working outside schools, ask them whenever they'd like to present their projects. All children don't need to have the same deadlines. There could be different deadlines for the project. And so conclusively, if we want to raise a generation of thinking children, then we need to develop a certain amount of trust and faith in our children. And as adults, we need to transfer some authority to them to be able to express what's important to them. I think free will projects are a great idea in schools where children are provided with the platforms to exercise what is important to them and to develop the skills to actually be able to see through the project successfully. And well, because it is the new year, I'm also going to take this opportunity to thank all of those wonderful people who've helped spread the word on the Y Teacher. Whether it was through your retweets and kind messages on Twitter or through sharing the talks on Facebook and Instagram, I'm really very grateful. I understand that it's very difficult to listen to teachers because they talk, and talk. But keeping in view the fact that these talks are limited to my experiences, these talks are limited to my exposure to the education field, there might be a lot of vloggers out there who are talking about education and are sharing information and methodologies and strategies. It is still very important to provide motivation and inspiration to all those people who are opting for teaching as a profession, because it is a very heavy profession. And I think that it's important to contribute back to society and community and just share what you've learned. So I hope that this year is going to find me more subscribers, more people who want to share these articles, and we get to talk more about education. Thank you for liking my videos. Thank you for being there. I'm very grateful. I'll see you next week. Allah Hafiz.